ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे नित्यानंद नमस्तुभ्यं प्रेमानंद प्रदायिने कलौकलमश्नासाय जानवापते नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are discussing from chapter 2, verse number 65 we discussed. Sade sarva dukhanam hanirasya prajayate prasanna cheto sahiyasu buddhi paryavatishthate. So for one thus satisfied in Krishna consciousness, the threefold miseries of material existence no longer exist no longer. In such satisfied consciousness, one's intelligence is soon well established. So on the other hand, Lord Krishna explains in the next verse, means today's verse, one who does not get connected to the Supreme Lord, what happens to him? Nasti buddhira yuktasya, na cha yuktasya bhavana, na cha bhavayatah santir asantasya kutah sukham. So on the other hand, one who is not connected with the Supreme, that means one who is not in Krishna consciousness, can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace? His happiness will be uh, cut into pieces. Without the peace of mind, there cannot be any happiness. Asantasya kuto sukham. So, ultimate this happiness formula Krishna is telling in this verse. If somebody is not actually connected to the Supreme Lord, na asti buddhir ayuktasya. Yuktasya means one who has developed Krishna consciousness, means one who has developed affection for the Lord, uh, peace, sukoon. So, so one cannot get peace or sukoon if one is not connected to the Supreme Lord. So, he will not have perfect intelligence, transcendental intelligence. The sign of having transcendental intelligence is that the person can discriminate very well what is right, what is wrong, and not only he can discriminate, he can act accordingly. So such transcendental intelligence is possible only when one gets connected with the Supreme Lord. Uh, and the easiest method of getting connected to the Supreme Lord is calling out his name, chanting his holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. A person who, with determination and full faith, chants the holy name of Krishna, Hare Krishna, so he is definitely or automatically in connection with the Lord. And if the connection is very strong or secure connection is there, connection is strong, then by the mercy of the Lord, one can develop transcendental intelligence, divine intelligence, through which one is constantly guided from within, from the Lord, and in this way, he makes a steady and spiritual progress. But ayuktasya, one who does not get connected to the Lord, and there cannot be any buddhi, transcendental intelligence. Nacha ayuktasya bhavana. And also, if one's transcendental intelligence is not developed, so there is no question of having fixed mind in happiness. Nacha abhavayatah santi. And if one's mind is not fixed at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, so nacha abhavayatah. Bhavana. Bhavana means uh, one whose mind is fixed in Krishna. That is bhavana. Uh, so one who has no bhavana, abhavayatah, means one who is not fixed in Krishna, is na santi. There cannot be peace of mind. He will always be distracted. That's why sometimes some devotees, they think, I'm getting distracted because of something or someone. So let me change the environment. Let me change the thought. Let me change the ambitions in my life. Let me change the place. So that's all right. You can do that. But that is just that will give just temporarily relief. You cannot actually become free completely from the entanglement of mind. Uh, if somebody thinks uh, because of because of staying in this place, my mind is getting distracted. So let me change the place. So changing the place may temporarily give you some relief, but ultimately the mind will get entangled somewhere else. That is the power of mind, nature of mind. So if you only try to restrict the mind from the objects of the senses in order to make it fix, in order to make it peaceful, that won't work. But if the mind is completely fixed up in Krishna consciousness, so that is perfect solution. Then one achieves a complete santi, perfect peace of mind. Uh, so our main process, we should always remember, although we have restrictions, we put so many restrictions um, uh, with regards to association with certain objects, certain people, certain places. But we should always remember those restrictions are meant just for the purpose of making ourselves completely concentrated or focused in taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. This is the main purpose. We should never be illusioned thinking that since I have restricted myself from all kinds of bad association, all kinds of distracting environment, distracting people, objects. So now my purpose is done. Everything is all right. No, no, it will never work. Uh, so the main business of a devotee, especially anybody who claims himself to be a devotee, or claims means anybody who thinks or who has the desire to advance in Krishna consciousness, wants to become a devotee of the Lord. So he must, by all means, always keep within his mind this main business, main objective of his life to develop a fixed up intelligence at the lotus feet of Krishna, to develop such pure intelligence by which we can always remember Krishna. We may never forget Krishna, and we may develop full attachment and love for Krishna, the Supreme Lord, because that is the only solution by which we can completely uh, conquer or completely control or completely make the restless, uh, raging mind fixed up uh, somewhere. so much so that it won't disturb you again. And not only that, the person whose mind is fixed up, very much focused or concentrated somewhere, if it is at all possible, then such a person becomes eligible to achieve permanent happiness, eternal blissful life. He can achieve Brahma Soksham to Anantam. He can achieve unlimited, unending, eternal spiritual bliss. And that is only possible if somebody can somehow or other put his mind, make his mind fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna. So, though we have so many restrictions which are necessary, which are very, very important, no doubt about it, because if somebody, a person who cannot put restriction to the raging mind, he can never develop pure means fixed up consciousness at the lotus feet of Krishna. That is also a fact. That's why Srila Prabhupada introduced strictly following of four related principles. Mhm. So sometimes devotees, they simply think, I am following four related principles. I am not breaking any principle. I am not drinking, smoking. I have no physical illicit connection with anybody. So I am following. So what is the harm if I just allow the mind to to roam somewhere in a restricted way? But uh, uh, but we should always remember what is the purpose of putting these restrictions? What is the purpose of introducing four related principles? The purpose is not to just restrict ourselves from committing certain sinful activities. Of course, that is one of the most important purpose, because if somebody go on committing sinful activities at gross level, so his future is very, very dark. As soon as he leaves the body, he is surely going to be severely punished in the hellish planets. Uh, somebody may think, अरे इतना डराते क्यों है? ये क्या बात है? इतना डरा के रखता है? But no, Shastras cannot be wrong. You cannot deny. If in this simple, small government, we find somebody breaks the laws of the government, he is severely punished. So why not in universal government? They have set all these rules, regulation, laws. You cannot, you cannot disprove Srimad Bhagavatam. You cannot disprove Shastras. Uh, and if you want, I can show you. Let me show you what are the punishment for those who commits gross sinful activities. Uh, it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.27, 5.27 I see, Srimad Bhagavatam. No, the last chapter of fifth canto. So 26th chapter, a description of hellish blindness. Uh, anybody, if sometime or any time you get any desire to perform any sinful activity, and then just go through this chapter uh, before committing, before even thinking to commit any certain sinful activity. Just go through these chapters. You'll understand what a great risk is there. In order to just get some flickering, temporary happiness, are we prepared to risk so much? No? Yes, how many of you are prepared? Raise your hand. You just say so many. Some authorities say that there is a total of 21 hellish planets, and some say 28. My dear king, I shall outline all of them according to their names, forms, and symptoms. Sukdev Goswami is mentioning the names of hellish planets, their forms and symptoms also. The names of different hells are as follows: Tamishra, Andha Tamishra, Raurava, Maharaurava, Kumbhipaka, Kalashudra, Asipatravana, Sukarmukha, Andhakupa, Krimibhojana, Sandamsha, Taptashurmi, Vajrakantaka Salmadi, Vaitarani, Puyoda, प्राणरोधा विशसन लाला भक्ष सारमे सारमेयादन अवीचि अयपान क्षार करदम रक्ष रक्षोगण भोजन शूलप्रोता दंडशूक अवट निरोधन पर्यावर्तन वर्तन and Suchimukha. All these planets are meant for punishing the living entities. Do you think all these are just mythology? All these names are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Only a fool will think it's a mythology and Mangadanth. Simply by saying, just see the first punishment. My dear king, a person who appropriates another's legitimate wife, children, or money is arrested at the time of death by the fierce Vyamdutas who bind him with the rope of time and forcibly throw him into the hellish planet known as Tamishra. On this very dark planet, the sinful man is chastised by the Yamdutas who beat and rebuke him. He is starved and he is given no water to drink. Thus, the wrathful assistants of Yamraj cause him severe suffering and sometimes he faints from their chastisement. Just imagine anybody who kidnaps another's wife, children, or money also. If you take somebody's money unlawfully, this punishment is given. In a very dark planet, such a sinful person is chastised by Yamadutas who beat and rebuke him, and he is not given any food, any water, and he just goes on suffering like this. So many. The destination of a person who sillily cheats another man and enjoys his wife and children is the hell known as Andatamisha. There, his condition is exactly like that of a tree being chopped at its root. Uh, Even before reaching Andatamish, the sinful living being is subjected to various extreme miseries. These afflictions are so severe that he loses his intelligence and sight. It is for this reason that learned sages call this hell Andatamisha. Just see. Silili means, what do you say, Silili? Cheats another man. हंसी मजाक में धोखा दे दिया and enjoys his wife and children. He is sent to such a hellish condition. Like this, so many sinful activities are some these are mentioned, and just see about one who uh, drinks what is drinking wine. A person addicted to drinking wine is put into the hell named Ayapana. One who so oh, drinking wine. Yes, he's not given any water to drink. Any Brahmana or Brahmana's wife who drinks liquor is taken to the agents of Yamaraj to the hell known as Ayapana. This hell also awaits any Kshatriya, Vaishya, or a person under above who in illusion drinks Somarasa. In Ayapana, the agents of Yamaraj stand on their chests and pour hot melted iron into their mouths. Uh, so, any Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, or any other person also, who drinks liquor, or for that matter, we can say anyone who accepts any kind of intoxication. So Yamduta, agents of Yamaraj, they stand on their chest and pour hot melted iron. Can you imagine hot melted iron into their mouths? Such is the punishment. So in this way, these are a fact you cannot deny. So anytime if if somebody gets any desire to commit any of the sinful activity, just go through this chapter. You will understand. Then immediately you will give up this thought altogether um, to enjoy this temporary sense gratification. So, for the sake of getting some temporary sense gratification, are you prepared to undergo such severe punishment? Uh, Yes. How many of you are prepared? Raise your hand. How many of you are ready to accept such severe punishment for the sake of getting some temporary happiness for few seconds or few minutes. Yes. uh, okay, how many of you don't want? Acha, one devotee wants. Yes, Rohit bro, you are prepared? Really? How many of you don't want? How many of you are ready to tolerate any urges of sinful activities in order to save yourself, not to undergo such severe punishment? Yes, please raise your hand. What about others? Uh, yes, रेज योर हैंड। रोहित ब्रो, आपने अभी हाथ उठाया था। अभी हाथ उठाना चाहिए तब उठाना चाहिए ना। बाकी लोग, गोस्वामी कृष्णदास प्रभु, एनीवे, दोज हु आर इंटेलिजेंट विल बी वेरी केयरफुल। आपको लग रहा होगा ये क्या डराया जा रहा है, और ये डराने वाली बात नहीं है। दिस इज फैक्ट। चलो, डराने वाला भी है। कोई सोचेगा क्या जो डराते रहते हैं, भगवान इतना डराते क्यों? जो भी है तो सत्य ना। अभी बचना कैसे है उसके ऊपर विचार करिए। हाँ, तो जाके भगवान से जब मिलना तो उनको पूछ लेना, क्या भगवान, ये छोटा सा सुख के लिए इतना बड़ा पनिशमेंट? भगवान एक्सप्लेन करेंगे क्यों। ठीक है। अभी अभी आर्गुमेंट करने कोई फायदा नहीं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, ट्राई टू सेव योर सेल्फ। डोंट लेट योर सेल्फ get dragged towards this. So the global percent of people who report being happy or satisfied with their lives is 71%. ये सब कृष्ण भक्ति थोड़ी करते होंगे। Then how they are happy and satisfied with their life? एक भक्त ने रिपोर्ट डाला है, ग्लोबल परसेंटेज ऑफ पीपल हु रिपोर्ट बीइंग हैप्पी और सेटिस्फाइड। हाँ, तो ये जो 71% लोगों का जो डाला गया है ना ग्लोबल परसेंटेज, उसमें आप लोग भी आते हैं। तो आर यू हैप्पी? हाँ, टेलस, बताइए। इसमें यहाँ पे जितने भी भक्त हैं, चलो इस पे डिस्कशन कंप्लीट करते हैं पहले तो। हाँ, नीचे करिए। हाँ, ग्लोबल परसेंटेज का डेटा एक भक्त ने भेजा है। 71% लोग जो हैं, दे आर रिपोर्टेड टू बी हैप्पी एंड सेटिस्फाइड। तो 71% में हम सब लोग आते हैं। ठीक है। तो आप में से कितने भक्त लोग सेटिस्फाइड एंड हैप्पी, सुखी हैं, बताओ। हाथ ऊपर करिए। कितने भक्त लोग हाँ, सुखी है? वाह। ठीक है, फिर मिल गया ना आंसर। जिस वक्त ने रिपोर्ट भेजा है ये चैट बॉक्स में, उन्हीं से मैं पूछता हूँ। आप भी वो 71% में आते हो? बताओ, आर यू हैप्पी एंड सेटिस्फाइड? टेल, प्रभु, बताइए। वी शुड नॉट बी सो फूलिश टू अननेसेसरी ट्राई टू कवर द फैक्ट्स ऑफ द शास्त्रस। हाँ, मुझे मालूम है इसके बाद आप क्या बोलने वाले थे। इसके बाद आप बोलने वाले थे कि ये सब तो कृष्ण भक्ति करते नहीं है, ये सब तो ड्रिंकिंग करते हैं, इलिसिट सेक्स करते हैं, गैम्बलिंग करते हैं, फिर भी दे आर हैप्पी। पहली बात तो दे आर नॉट हैप्पी। ठीक है। हाँ, ये डेटा गलत है। बिकॉज ये जो ग्लोबल परसेंटेज जो रिपोर्ट ये लोग करते हैं, हाँ, उनका जो पैरामीटर है ऑफ जजिंग समबडी वेदर ही इज हैप्पी और सेटिस्फाइड, वो केवल एक्सटर्नल रिसोर्सेज के बेसिस पे करता है। कि अगर किसी का इनकम इससे ऊपर है, किसी को खाने को मिल रहा है, किसी के पास घर है, कपड़े हैं, दैट मीन्स ही इज हैप्पी एंड सेटिस्फाइड। ये है उनका मतलब। ठीक है। One who is not at the verge of committing suicide, they consider such a person to be happy and satisfied. So is this the real definition of? First of all, think about this. और दूसरी बात अगर बोले भी, even accepting what you said is true, so that does not make any difference. Uh, how does it matter if you are, even if you are happy for some 30, 40, 50 years by committing sinful activities? What is the use? After death, what happen? What will happen after death? Then you are immediately sent to hellish planets, and such severe punishments are awaiting. So that's what is my question. हाँ, मैंने एक प्रश्न पूछा था पहले। आर वी prepared to risk such severe punishment after death for the sake of flickering happiness for few seconds or few minutes or few hours, or let us take for example for few years? हाँ, बताइए। should Are we so fool? टेलस, अगर मान भी लेते हैं फॉर सम 30 40 50 years यू कैन गेट हैप्पीनेस बाय कमिटिंग सिंफुल एक्टिविटी, तो भी क्या वो अच्छा प्रपोजल है? दैट आफ्टर दैट यू हैव टू सफर अ लॉट फॉर थाउजेंड्स एंड थाउजेंड्स ऑफ ईयर्स। हाँ, हाँ, ये लाइफ अभी खत्म नहीं हुई, उस बात की खुशी है। तो प्रभुपाद जी एक बार हैदराबाद में थे, हैदराबाद में हैप्पी रहने देते नहीं, फिर पूछते हैं आगे। उल्टा चोर कोतवाल को डांटे। एनीवे, तो प्रभुपाद जी हैदराबाद में थे, तो किसी ने उनको इंटरव्यू में बोला कि जो लोग दुखी हैं उनको मंदिर जाने की जरूरत है। हम लोग दुखी नहीं हैं, सो वी डोंट नीड टेम्पल, वी आर सेटिस्फाइड। वो आर्गुमेंट दे रहा था। सो प्रभुपाद जी पूछे, व्हाई डू यू थिंक दैट यू आर हैप्पी और यू आर सेटिस्फाइड? तो वो बोलना लग गया कि बिकॉज आई एम अर्निंग मनी, आई हैव माई फैमिली, आई एम अर्निंग नाइस अमाउंट ऑफ वेल्थ, और उससे मैं अपना परिवार वालों का जो भी सुख सुविधा है वो सब पालन पोषण अच्छे से कर रहा हूँ, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सेटिस्फाइड। हाँ, प्रभुपाद जी इमीडिएटली बोले, इवन अ डोंकी इज सेटिस्फाइड, इवन अ हॉग इज सेटिस्फाइड, इवन अ डॉग इज सेटिस्फाइड, so what is the use of such satisfaction? एक सुअर, एक कुत्ता, गधा भी संतुष्ट रहता है। अपना ईटिंग स्लीपिंग मेटिंग ये चार चीज मिल जाती है उसको, तो उसमें संतुष्ट रहता है। इनफैक्ट सुअर तो सबसे ज्यादा संतुष्ट रहता है। सुअर के ज्यादा संतुष्ट तो कोई नहीं रह सकता है। देखा कभी सुअर को टेंशन? कभी नहीं रहता टेंशन। डज दैट मीन लाइफ ऑफ अ हॉग इज बेटर देन लाइफ ऑफ अ ह्यूमन बीइंग? हाँ, क्या बोल सकते हैं? सो वी शुड नॉट बी सो फूलिश टू कंपेयर the real satisfaction or spiritual happiness with third class nonsense, degraded, animalistic satisfaction or animalistic happiness. Uh, if we are prepared to take, if we are ready to have those that animalistic kind of satisfaction, happiness, then no problem. Mother Nature will give you such body and you can remain satisfied forever. But that will not satisfy the heart eventually. Uh, Repeated birth and death will go on. Anyway, the point is very clear that if we ever get the thought of committing any sinful activity, we should at least give a thought again whether this is appropriate for me or not. Uh, am I prepared to risk myself? Don't think that okay, let me commit this sinful activity, and after that I will chant Hare Krishna and I'll perform devotion service, and then everything, all my sinful reactions are vanished. No, you cannot cheat Krishna. This is seventh holy name offense. Uh, it's clearly mentioned. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name of Krishna is also a great offense. So we should never think like this. If somebody commits sinful activities thinking that let me do it once, one more time, only last time, uh, the illusion of mind, Maya, is so strong that Maya will impel you to commit certain sinful activity last time. Uh, लास्ट टाइम मन जो है बार बार बोलेगा कि कुछ छूट नहीं जाना चाहिए, लास्ट टाइम इसको एक बार टेस्ट करके देख लेते हैं, उसके बाद सब छोड़ देंगे और फिर अच्छे से भक्ति करेंगे, फिर उसके बाद साफ हो जाएगा सब, पूरा जीवन अच्छे से भक्ति करेंगे। हाँ, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दैट लास्ट टाइम नेवर कम्स, यू विल बी फोर्स्ड, योर माइंड विल ट्रिगर you again and again to commit certain sinful activities again and again last time. And even if accepting that last time I will commit this sinful activity, and after that, I will not commit any sinful activity. I will perform a serious devotional service. I will dedicate myself to Krishna. So that thought process itself is sinful, offensive, and such a person is punished more severely than an ignorant person who commits sinful activities, not knowing that this is sinful activity. Although a person who doesn't know that this is sinful activity, he is also punished severely, the way we have already read from Srimad Bhagavatam. But a person who knows that this is sinful activity and who commits such sinful activity with the idea that after committing this sinful activity, I will chant Hare Krishna and I will perform this devotional service to Krishna, and then in this way, I will become free from reaction. No, Krishna is not so fool. Krishna is greatest cheater. So don't do this. My request is that I'm not trying to discourage you. Don't be discouraged. But my point is, I know some of the devotees, they are thinking like this. This is not good. You should never commit sinful activity. If you feel a great agitation within the mind, better come to the temple. Come and associate with devotees. Live with devotees. You will overcome. This is guaranteed. I can challenge, I can guarantee. If any one of you, if you sometime or any time, if you feel very agitated to commit certain sinful activities, you just follow what we say. And actually, I'm not saying this. These Srila Prabhupada has said, and our sastras have said. So if you just follow it, there is no question that you will become again entangled. It's just that we are, because of weakness of our heart, uh, we succumb to performing sinful activities and we forget uh, to follow what is said. Uh, so if you have to, if somebody, there's no doubt, if somebody who has sincere desire to become free from all sinful activities, there is no question that he can become entangled if he takes shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda. This is a fact. Uh, and if you want proof, you come and talk to me personally. I'll give you many examples. Shastras, examples in the Shastras are there, Jagai Madhai, but you may think, oh, Jagai Madhai तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु साक्षात थे ना. तो प्रभुपाद जी के एग्जाम्पल्स है ना, प्रभुपाद जी हिप्पीज को जाकर के कन्वर्ट कर दिए. आप बोलेंगे प्रभुपाद जी तो शुद्ध भक्त है ना. तो वही प्रभुपाद जी के शुद्ध भक्त आज भी हैं. फॉलोवर्स ऑफ श्रील प्रभुपाद आर स्टिल प्रेजेंट. यू नीड टू जस्ट फॉलो देम. फॉलो करिए, then you will become free. It's not difficult. But the problem is that we don't follow. So that is the problem. Anyway, so important point what I was mentioning, that although we should become very pakka not to break any regulative principle, but that itself is not completely sufficient, because we have we are required to work on our mind as well. Uh, Externally, even if you are able to strictly follow externally all rules regulations, but if you don't work on mind, then again anytime you may get entangled, maybe after 2 years, 20 years, or 200 years, or up next birth, possibility will remain the same. That's why in this particular verse Lord Krishna is very clearly mentioning, until unless our mind is completely fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna, uh, we cannot become completely free from the agitation of mind. Until the time the mind has not achieved the real platform of actual peacefulness, you cannot expect any happiness or satisfaction. So the uh, conclusion of today's lecture is that our main motivation, main business, or main purpose, main focus should be how to develop complete, how to make our mind fully fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna. And the easiest and simplest and most powerful and sublime process is to take shelter of Krishna's holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, a genuine devotee should put great endeavor uh, to become fully attached to the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. That is the essence of today's lecture. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions, you can ask. Yes.